Hi guys, good afternoon and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in today's video I wanted to talk to you guys about what I think the future could hold for the character Black Canary, who recently appeared in Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn. The movie came out about a month ago, and by now most of you have probably seen it, so I will be referring to the film Birds of Prey. So obviously, spoiler alert, if you still haven't seen the movie, big spoilers to follow in this review. Well, maybe not big spoilers, but spoilers nonetheless. And since I'll be mostly talking about Black Canary and her future in the DC cinematic universe and what could lie in store for her, I just want to go ahead and tell everybody that this is just my own personal speculation, my own beliefs and theories. You know, nothing I'm saying here is concrete or solidified in evidence. The only thing regarding Black Canary that is solidified is her status at the end of Birds of Prey, which is she is alive, and now she is working side by side with both Renee Montoya, who quit the Gotham City police force, and also working alongside Huntress. The three of them still referring to themselves as the Birds of Prey, despite the absence of Harley and Cassandra Cain. The end of the film teased the three of them joining forces and beating the hell out of scum in Gotham City and just overall bad guys. So those three have now started their own little vigilante force. That's pretty cool. But now what I wanted to talk about is what could we see with Black Canary moving forward? You know, besides Harley, she was probably my second favorite character. Well, third favorite character, because I really enjoyed Bruce the Hyena a lot too. Even though he didn't get the screen time that he deserved, he was still an enjoyable character. But I did enjoy Black Canary. I loved her using her canary cry. She had some awesome fight scenes. I liked how she was trying to look out for Cassandra and be somewhat of a mentor to her. You know, she played the whole double agent thing when she was working for Black Mask, and overall she was just an enjoyable character, and the actress did a great job playing her. So I'm hoping that because of the for the most part the good reception the film has received, despite some box office numbers, it's gotten mostly positive reviews, and I'm hoping that we'll see Black Canary in another DC outing someday. Now, regarding her future, you know, there's a couple of different directions I could see. They could do a sequel to Birds of Prey, where instead of featuring the return of Cassandra and Harley, we just follow the adventures of Black Canary and Huntress and Renee Montoya as they take on a new villain, a new threat, and maybe they even come across or interfere with the actions of Batman. This is Gotham City, after all. Now, because of Ben Affleck's departure from the role and the uncertainty if Robert Pattinson's Batman film, which comes out next summer, actually takes place within the DCEU or not, remains unclear. We're just not sure who will be playing Batman if indeed Black Canary comes across him at some point. My personal belief or theory is that it will be Robert Pattinson's Batman, but not anytime soon. Perhaps in a couple more years down the line, you know, after they do his solo film, when he's supposed to be a younger version of the character, and maybe as the years go by and Pattinson gets a little bit older, maybe then we'll see him meet Black Canary and the Birds of Prey. However, none of that is confirmed or necessarily the truth, since we don't know where, if at all, the Batman film takes place within the DCEU, if at all. But I personally think it would be cool to have Pattinson's Batman interact with and meet the Birds of Prey, as well as the other characters in Gotham City and other DC characters as well. But those plans are way, way, way down the line, if they're plans at all. But that's one direction I could see Black Canary going. Another theory I wanted to share with you guys is, are they setting us up for an appearance of the character Oliver Queen / Green Arrow in the DCEU? Arrow has made quite an impact on television for the past 8 years. I believe the show is wrapping up or has recently wrapped up. And, you know, I've seen a couple of seasons and it was pretty good, but it unfortunately wasn't enough to keep my interest. But the character is interesting to me, and the relationship between him and Black Canary is pretty iconic. You know, they've been enemies, they've been partners, they've been lovers, and now that Black Canary has been officially introduced to the DC Cinematic Universe, will Green Arrow show up? Could he appear in a film starring alongside Black Canary, where it's a film about her and him going off on their own crime-fighting adventure? Will he appear in a more strong supporting role, or will he have his own solo-led film first? who knows? Anything is possible at this point. But that's another direction I could see Black Canary going. You know, and then something else I think would be pretty cool is if Black Canary did indeed cross paths with Harley again someday, whether it's in a second or third Birds of Prey film, or maybe not necessarily Birds of Prey, but a DC film that takes place in Gotham City, which involves other rogue characters like Black Canary and Harley and the other Birds of Prey and maybe other DC villains. That'd be pretty cool too. But because she has now been officially introduced and graced the screens of the DC Cinematic Universe with her debut in the movie Birds of Prey, I think there's a pretty good chance that in the next couple of years we could see Green Arrow appear as well. Because something I've noticed that they've done in the DCEU is that they'll introduce big, well-known names and characters first, and then a few years later they'll introduce their foes or their villains or characters who are closely associated with them. A good example of this is that he's appeared in at least 3 DC films is Ezra Miller's The Flash, and his solo film won't be coming until 2022. However, several characters have been introduced related to The Flash, such as Captain Boomerang, one of his enemies in Suicide Squad, and he'll appearing in the sequel/reboot next year as well, and hopefully along with another Flash villain, King Shark, even though that role hasn't been confirmed yet by anybody involved in the production of the Suicide Squad. They're still introducing characters who are related to the Flash. So I definitely could see Warner Brothers and DC playing this card down the line regarding Black Canary. Is that this may not happen for another 4 or 5 years, but we could get a Green Arrow movie and she could have a big role in it, or maybe Green Arrow will be playing opposite of her and have more of a strong supporting presence rather than a leading role if Black Canary does get her own solo film, which is another theory of mine, is that if Birds of Prey does well enough, you know, in the long run, I think they want to give all these other characters a chance to shine in the spotlight, which includes her, Huntress, Renee Montoya, hell, even possibly Cassandra Cain. Now, will Cassandra Cain become our Batgirl? That remains to be seen. We don't know. Everybody's very tight-lipped on that subject, but we just won't know until we know. But the fact that Black Canary could get her own spin-off is pretty exciting, and perhaps this is where Green Arrow comes into play. I don't know, but it's all very exciting to speculate and think about. So, what do you guys think about Black Canary's role in the future of the DCEU? Where do you see her going? I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching my speculation video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did talking about it. Have an awesome rest of your weekend if I don't see you. And of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.